Dirty cops who got sued and fired. From cops that injected a lethal dose of ketamine into an innocent man to one who tried to cover up a murder, these are some dirty cops who got sued and fired.
The death of Eric Garner cast a dark shadow over New York City for more than 5 years. And now the man at the center of it all is out of a job. Today, Police Commissioner James O'Neill fired Officer Daniel Pantaleo.
Elijah McClain, a 23-year-old black man, tragically died in 2019 after being restrained by police in Aurora, Colorado, with a now-banned chokehold.
There's glasses and a phone right over here.
One more body camera somewhere.
Right here.
This isn't that little guy, is it?
I don't know. Stop.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to do that. I can't breathe correctly because...
On August 24, 2019, Elijah was walking home from a convenience store when someone called 911, describing him as sketchy because he was wearing a ski mask and waving his arms. The police arrived, and after a struggle to handcuff him, they brought him to the ground and used a carotid hold, which restricts blood flow to the brain to render someone unconscious. About 15 minutes later, paramedics arrived and injected him with ketamine, a powerful sedative. Elijah went into cardiac arrest on the way to the hospital and died a few days later. His case spurred the passage of a comprehensive police accountability law in Colorado. The use of ketamine is now restricted, and chokeholds are banned in the state. The exact cause of Elijah's cardiac arrest remains unclear. An autopsy report by the Adams County coroner listed the cause of death as undetermined, suggesting it could have been natural causes, a homicide related to the carotid hold, or an accident. However, during his detention, Elijah was clearly in distress. After being restrained on the ground, he vomited several times and apologized, saying, "I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to do that. I can't breathe correctly."
Move your camera, dude.
Do we have the gun?
No, he went for his gun.
Oh, my God. Does anybody have sandy wipes? All right, thanks.
You can bend his knees a little bit so he can balance himself.
He's kicking around a little bit still, so he's going to sit on. Yeah.
Red case? I'm missing your cell phone. I'm not missing mine. Are you missing yours? Yours is in the car, right? Your cell phone?
What's that?
Your cell phone is in the car?
I think so. Is it an iPhone?
With a red case?
No.
What kind of drugs did you take tonight? What kind of drugs did you take tonight?
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
We need to know, okay?
Good, brother.
Can you find sandy wipes for me somewhere, please?
We need to know what you were taking.
From anybody? Yeah, anything, please.
Body camera footage showed an officer saying they had put him out with a carotid hold twice, and paramedics later gave him a therapeutic dose of ketamine. The footage captured Elijah's body going limp when he was loaded onto a gurney.
Perfect.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
I don't know what that would be.
Whenever he's
Okay,
on,
all right. Bye.
he has incredible strength.
Yeah.
And I had him in a bar hammer behind his back, and his arm was above his head, and he was still fighting.
Is there anybody that can relieve me for a second?
Yeah.
Spitz! Do I just get on for a second?
Want to kick his legs up and just...
Yeah, well, yeah, if he keeps on, we'll do that.
You all right? I'm trying to keep him on his side, dude, but he keeps fighting us. So.
He's breathing. Kept doing this, and he kept saying fighting pretty good. And then
Stop, dude. Don't do it. We haven't even got that far yet, man.
then he starts going crazy.
Don't worry about what he's doing.
He's like saying stuff and holding his arms in, and he's like, I don't know
what that is. My knee's on his elbow, dude. He ain't going anywhere. No, I'm good. I'm just gonna pat him down. Yep. He can breathe. He can breathe. I just have his arm pinned behind his back. That's it.
Don't move your feet. Nope, don't do that.
So if you take his foot and angle it outwards and put pressure on his ankle. He almost did a push-up with all three of us on his back.
He's drawing up ketamine right now.
Okay.
You want to give that before we...
Yeah, so once he gets out here, I'm going to hit him in the right shoulder.
You want some shears?
You want shoulder or ass?
Either way.
Ass is right here, man.
We'll give that a couple of minutes. We'll see if that works. And then if it does,
Yeah.
we'll go to the bed.
Raising his legs.
You good?
Yep.
Matt, you got his back waist?
Yeah.
I don't want to kick you, man.
No, we're good. I'm good.
The autopsy report mentioned that multiple factors could have contributed to Elijah's death, including his chronic asthma. Mari Newman, the lawyer representing Elijah's family, emphasized that Elijah would still be alive if the police had not attacked him. She also expressed suspicion over all three officers' body cameras falling off during the incident. An independent panel investigating Elijah's death released a critical report on February 22, 2021. It faulted the officers for stopping Elijah without justification and escalating their use of force, including using the carotid hold twice. The report also criticized the fire department paramedics for being slow to help Elijah and for injecting him with enough ketamine to sedate a person weighing 190 pounds, even though Elijah weighed about 140 pounds. 3 months after Elijah McClain's tragic death, body camera footage was released, revealing the disturbing events involving officers Nathan Woodyard, Jason Rosenblatt, and Randy Rodema. It was around 10:30 p.m. when they arrived on the scene. Elijah, who was listening to music, was approached by one of the officers and told to stop walking. After several commands, Elijah paused but insisted he had the right to walk home. The officer claimed he had the right to stop Elijah for looking suspicious and grabbed him by the arms. Elijah, trying to explain himself, said, "I am an introvert. Please respect the boundaries that I am speaking. Leave me alone." Despite not committing any crime, Elijah was immediately restrained. As he put his arms up to his chest, the officers accused him of resisting and told him to stop tensing up. The footage shows Elijah pleading with them to let him go and trying to escape their grip. The situation escalated, and the officers brought Elijah to the ground, later claiming he had reached for one of their guns while they were trying to handcuff him. At one point, an officer threatened to use a dog on Elijah if he didn't stop messing around. More officers arrived and started talking among themselves, labeling Elijah as acting crazy and definitely on something. They claimed he had attacked them and had incredible crazy strength, requiring 3 officers to restrain him. A few days after the autopsy report was released, Dave Young, the Adams County District Attorney, announced that no criminal charges would be filed against the officers, stating there wasn't enough evidence that they had broken the law. In the wake of George Floyd's death, Governor Jared Polis appointed Attorney General Phil Weiser as a special prosecutor to investigate Elijah's case. In September 2021, a grand jury indicted the 3 officers and 2 paramedics, Jeremy Cooper and Peter Sichuniak, with the Aurora Fire Department. The city stated that officers and medics still employed, except for Officer Rosenblatt, who was fired in 2020, would be suspended without pay. The indictment accused the paramedics of not following medical protocols before and after injecting Elijah with ketamine. Despite Elijah being handcuffed when the medics arrived, they did not communicate with him, check his vital signs, or properly monitor him after administering the powerful drug. Elijah's mother, alongside local activists, pushed for police reforms after the initial decision not to charge the officers. As the case gained more attention following George Floyd's murder, Vanessa Wilson, the interim chief of the Aurora Police Department, announced a ban on carotid holds, like the one used on Elijah. Officers are now required to report excessive force used by their colleagues and to announce their intention to use deadly force before firing their weapons. Do you think we need any changes to our law enforcement agencies? Let us know in the comments below. Elijah McClain, a 23-year-old black man, tragically died in 2019 after being restrained by police in Aurora, Colorado, with a now-banned chokehold.
So, there's glasses and a phone right over here.
One more body camera somewhere.
Right here.
This isn't that little guy, is it?
I don't know. Stop.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to do that. I can't breathe correctly because
On August 24, 2019, Elijah was walking home from a convenience store when someone called 911, describing him as sketchy because he was wearing a ski mask and waving his arms. The police arrived, and after a struggle to handcuff him, they brought him to the ground and used a carotid hold, which restricts blood flow to the brain to render someone unconscious. About 15 minutes later, paramedics arrived and injected him with ketamine, a powerful sedative. Elijah went into cardiac arrest on the way to the hospital and died a few days later. His case spurred the passage of a comprehensive police accountability law in Colorado. The use of ketamine is now restricted, and chokeholds are banned in the state. The exact cause of Elijah's cardiac arrest remains unclear. An autopsy report by the Adams County coroner listed the cause of death as undetermined, suggesting it could have been natural causes, a homicide related to the carotid hold, or an accident. However, during his detention, Elijah was clearly in distress. After being restrained on the ground, he vomited several times and apologized, saying, "I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to do that. I can't breathe correctly."
Move your camera, dude.
Do we have the gun?
No, he went for his gun.
Oh my God. Does anybody have sandy wipes? All right, thanks.
He can bend his knees a little bit so he can balance himself.
He's kicking around a little bit still, so he's gonna sit on. Yeah.
Red case? I'm missing your cell phone.
I'm not missing mine. Are you missing yours? Yours is in the car, right? Your cell phone?
What's that?
Your cell phone is in the car?
I think so. Is it an iPhone?
With a red case?
No.
What kind of drugs did you take tonight? What kind of drugs did you take tonight?
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
We need to know, okay?
Good, brother.
Can you find sandy wipes for me somewhere, please?
We need to know what you were taking.
From anybody? Yeah, anything, please.
Body camera footage showed an officer saying they had put him out with a carotid hold twice, and paramedics later gave him a therapeutic dose of ketamine. The footage captured Elijah's body going limp when he was loaded onto a gurney.
Perfect. I appreciate it. Thanks.
I don't know what that would be.
Whenever he's
Okay,
on,
all right. Bye.
he has incredible strength.
Yeah,
And I had him in a bar hammer behind his back,
Why is he?
and his arm was above his head, and he was still fighting.
Is there anybody that can relieve me for a second?
Yeah.
Spitz! Do I just get on for a second?
Want to kick his legs up and just...
Yeah, well, yeah, if he keeps on, we'll do that.
You all right? I'm trying to keep him on his side, dude, but he keeps fighting us. So.
He's breathing.
Kept doing this, and he kept saying fighting pretty good. And then not much.
Stop, dude. Don't do it. We haven't even got that far yet, man.
Then he starts going crazy.
Don't worry about what he's doing. He's gone, man.
He's like saying stuff and holding his arms in, and he's like, I don't know
what that is. My knee's on his elbow, dude. He ain't going anywhere.
Brandon, do you need relief?
No, I'm good. I'm just gonna pet him down. Yep. He can breathe. He can breathe. I just have his arm pinned behind his back. That's it.
Don't move your feet. Nope, don't do that.
So if you take his foot and angle it outwards and put pressure on his ankle,
Well, the innocents are on here somewhere, so just watch your step.
He almost did a push-up with all three of us on his back.
He's drawing up ketamine right now.
Okay.
You want to give that before we...
Yeah, so once he gets out here, I'm going to hit him in the right shoulder.
You want some shears?
You want shoulder or ass?
Either way, doesn't
Ass
matter.
is right here, man.
We'll give that a couple of minutes, we'll see if that works, and then if it does,
Yeah.
we'll go to the bed.
Raising his legs.
You good?
Got it? Matt, you got his back waist?
Yeah.
I don't want him kicking you, man.
No, we're good. I'm good.
The autopsy report mentioned that multiple factors could have contributed to Elijah's death, including his chronic asthma. Mari Newman, the lawyer representing Elijah's family, emphasized that Elijah would still be alive if the police had not attacked him. She also expressed suspicion over all three officers' body cameras falling off during the incident. An independent panel investigating Elijah's death released a critical report on February 22, 2021. It faulted the officers for stopping Elijah without justification and escalating their use of force, including using the carotid hold twice. The report also criticized the fire department paramedics for being slow to help Elijah and for injecting him with enough ketamine to sedate a person weighing 190 pounds, even though Elijah weighed about 140 pounds. 3 months after Elijah McClain's tragic death, body camera footage was released, revealing the disturbing events involving officers Nathan Woodyard, Jason Rosenblatt, and Randy Rodema. It was around 10:30 p.m. when they arrived on the scene. Elijah, who was listening to music, was approached by one of the officers and told to stop walking. After several commands, Elijah paused but insisted he had the right to walk home. The officer claimed he had the right to stop Elijah for looking suspicious and grabbed him by the arms. Elijah, trying to explain himself, said, "I am an introvert. Please respect the boundaries that I am speaking. Leave me alone." Despite not committing any crime, Elijah was immediately restrained. As he put his arms up to his chest, the officers accused him of resisting and told him to stop tensing up. The footage shows Elijah pleading with them to let him go and trying to escape their grip. The situation escalated, and the officers brought Elijah to the ground, later claiming he had reached for one of their guns while they were trying to handcuff him. At one point, an officer threatened to use a dog on Elijah if he didn't stop messing around. More officers arrived and started talking among themselves, labeling Elijah as acting crazy and definitely on something. They claimed he had attacked them and had incredible crazy strength, requiring 3 officers to restrain him. A few days after the autopsy report was released, Dave Young, the Adams County District Attorney, announced that no criminal charges would be filed against the officers, stating there wasn't enough evidence that they had broken the law. In the wake of George Floyd's death, Governor Jared Polis appointed Attorney General Phil Weiser as a special prosecutor to investigate Elijah's case. In September 2021, a grand jury indicted the 3 officers and 2 paramedics, Jeremy Cooper and Peter Sichuniak, with the Aurora Fire Department. The city stated that officers and medics still employed, except for Officer Rosenblatt, who was fired in 2020, would be suspended without pay. The indictment accused the paramedics of not following medical protocols before and after injecting Elijah with ketamine. Despite Elijah being handcuffed when the medics arrived, they did not communicate with him, check his vital signs, or properly monitor him after administering the powerful drug. Elijah's mother, alongside local activists, pushed for police reforms after the initial decision not to charge the officers. As the case gained more attention following George Floyd's murder, Vanessa Wilson, the interim chief of the Aurora Police Department, announced a ban on carotid holds, like the one used on Elijah. Officers are now required to report excessive force used by their colleagues and to announce their intention to use deadly force before firing their weapons. Do you think we need any changes to our law enforcement agencies? Let us know in the comments below.
On February 10, 2023, in Joliet, Illinois, officers noticed a car driving the wrong way and decided to conduct a routine traffic stop. However, what initially seemed like a standard procedure quickly turned into an unexpected situation as the woman began reacting aggressively towards the officers.
Do you have your insurance with you?
I do via my app.
All right, can I see it?
Yeah.
I also see you were going the wrong way over there.
Where?
So you guys were coming out Jefferson, and then you guys turned on Center Street left. And then you guys went into Wendy's.
My house.
All right, just hang tight for me. Leave the window down.
Put my window up.
No, leave the window down.
You know, man, it's not illegal. You can put my window up if you want.
Leave the window down.
It don't matter. It don't matter if I put my window up or down. It
Yes,
don't
it
give
does.
a to you.
Leave the window down.
It don't care. It don't matter to her. I need you to come get Fifi because she's not going through something.
No
what
one's
broke
doing
me on?
anything with your dog.
I'm talking about my dog. No, I need my mom to come get my dog. We on Center Street and Hickory Street. I need you to come get Fifi because I'm trying to take the video.
Why would you go to jail?
I'm not talking to you, lady. The police pulled us over, and this lady on bullshit. These ladies is on bullshit.
She was already reacting aggressively towards the officers before officers even asked her to stop rolling up her window.
Well, don't worry about it. Girl, you know I ain't got no weapon. Step back.
Thing on you, right?
No, obviously not. I would have reached and I would have did your ass. I would have did your ass.
All right, go ahead and step back here for me.
Can you shut the door so my dog don't hop out in the traffic? Can you shut the door? Can you shut the door so my dog? Can you shut the door so my dog don't step? Can you put the window up so my dog don't step out into traffic? Can you put the window up? Can you put the window up so my dog don't step into traffic?
It seems she's demanding, as if it's the officer's responsibility to handle everything instead of taking responsibility herself.
Is that dumb? Like, if Remo ain't do nothing. Are y'all slow?
You're driving down a one-way street.
Okay, well was I driving? Was I in the f***ing driver's seat? No. So no. All right. I know. Ain't she trained good? I know. You love her, huh? I know, right? Is she trained good? Admit it. Admit it. I did this myself. Is she trained good? No, you're not putting her back there. Fifi. No. No, this my mom right here. She's gonna take me. Ain't nobody talking to y'all. No.
Settle down with her. Don't be calling her.
I'm talking to both of them. They both.
Down.
No.
Yes.
No,
Fifi,
you're not
go in
getting
the
in
car.
the car.
I ain't going in the car. I'm not going in the car. I'm opening the car door so my dog's going.
Stand over there.
Ain't nobody
Stand
talking
over
to y'all.
there. Stand over there.
She tries to make a mockery of the officer by pretending her dog is pulling her, as if they wouldn't notice. What's surprising is her persistent effort to justify the behavior.
Ain't nobody talking to y'all. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I ain't touching none of y'all, bro. Fifi, stop. Fifi in the fucking car, bro. These people pissing me off, bro.
Down.
No, ain't nobody.
Calm down. Bro. You have to talk to them like this.
Bro, stop touching me, bro. Stop. Y'all creeping, bro.
Stop. Stop right now. Okay? Stop.
Bro.
Okay? Stop.
23 nothing's coming over.
What is wrong with these people, bro? Nobody did nothing to these people. I never did nothing to these people.
Stop moving.
Ain't nobody talking to you. The f. Okay, well take the phone and the dog. That's the only reason why I called you. I don't give a f. I don't give a f what you talking about. These mother tweaking. I'm talking about the females.
Take it off.
No, that's the only reason I'm talking. I don't give a f. That's for the sue both y'all. I don't give a f. Go home. I don't want you to see me like this. I want you. The only reason I called you was to take the dog.
Despite her attempts to resist, she was quickly placed in handcuffs when she attempted to engage in an altercation with the officers. Throughout the situation, she was on the phone with her dad, narrating her situation moment by moment, perhaps hoping he would come and save her despite her actions towards the officers.
Stop. Let go of me. What the f y'all doing this for? Y'all bogus. Y'all just thirsty for some action. What the f is wrong with y'all? Y'all thirsty for some shit.
Step in the car.
Shut the f up. Get the f off me.
Hey, relax.
Shut the f up, ho. Get the f off me, you dumbass. Get off me.
Stop.
Get off
Stop.
me. Get off
Stop.
me.
I
Get
have to
off I'm gonna kick you right, yo. Get off me, I'm gonna kick you. Stop touching me, you ugly asshole. Get the fuck, yeah. Yeah, yeah, silly.
We're putting the seatbelt.
Get off, I don't need a seatbelt.
Yes, you do.
I don't need no seatbelt. Get off of me.
Stop kicking.
No, get off of me. Get away from me. You weirdo asshole. And you too, you little short ass.
Had she behaved more courteously, the situation might have ended with just a ticket. However, her behavior landed her in the backseat of a patrol car, and even there, her aggression and violence didn't end.
Open the door. You little ugly ass. Open the door. Open the door. Hello. Open the door. Open the door. So when I get out of jail, I can have my phone. Can you do that? Can you do that one thing for me? Can you? Can you? Okay, so go before she pull off. Can you do that one thing, please? Can you do that? So go, I don't want to hear nothing from you. Can you do that one thing for me? And my cuffs is too tight. No, I don't give a what you gotta say. I don't give a. Can you do what I gotta say? Can you do what the I gotta say? No, it's with my. Put my bag back.
Later, she was charged with aggravated battery on a police officer and resisting arrest. If only she hadn't behaved so poorly, things could have proceeded much more smoothly. On November 3, 2023, while patrolling in Ohio, an officer's attention was caught by a Ford Explorer SUV making an illegal turn, causing the officer to brake suddenly. When the vehicle came to a halt, the female driver, daughter of an ex-law enforcement officer, persistently made excuses, asserting her perceived rightness in the situation.
Hello. So the reason why I stopped you made that right turn from Pearl to Bagley. You met her at the red light, and I'm not sure if you realize, but you almost struck me.
I apologize. No, I did not.
Okay. You got driver's license on you?
I actually don't have anything on. I was going up to work. I didn't bring anything with me today.
No big deal. Just take down your info. Yeah, you're supposed to treat it. Well, that right there, you can't even make a right turn at this thing, at the red light.
They started working at this office, so I'm not really used to this area right now. I'm so sorry.
Despite the officer's efforts to explain the situation, she couldn't recall making an illegal turn. And to make matters worse, she didn't even have her driver's license with her.
So where are you heading right now?
I'm going back home. I live out there, so I'm heading back home.
Where's your job at?
It's not right there. So, it's in...
Is there anything illegal inside this vehicle? Who smokes weed in here?
It's just my car. It's just my car.
So nothing illegal? Can I look inside? Again, I apologize. I was just heading home. Like I really didn't know that I can't turn red there. I'm 100% aware of it now. So the reason why I'm asking is because I do smell weed.
I apologize.
And
I really didn't mean to. Like I had no idea. I'll be super aware of the intersection from now on. I'll be way more cautious.
Do me a favor because we're gonna cause traffic back up here. Can you just pull into that street right here? I'll just make a right. Sure.
As the officer detected the odor of weed, he requested permission to search the vehicle, but she flatly rejected the request. However, that wouldn't deter the officer from carrying out his duty.
Step out. Huh?
Please come here.
I have not written you anything.
I know,
I'm just trying to be...
I also know my rights and I don't think I have to.
You do. So don't make it hard.
I really, please. I just want to go home.
I'm asking you to step out nicely.
Just go home.
I'm asking you to step out nicely.
Can you get your name and badge number?
It's Officer Nasser, 732. Come on out.
She outright refused to step out of the vehicle, and to add to the situation, she demanded the officer's name and badge number. But wait till you'll find out the reason for such inquiry.
Okay, so now what?
I'm not comfortable with you searching that vehicle. My dad's not far. I'm asking him to come here and help out as well.
Okay, well, I can smell the marijuana too as I'm up here. And so...
It's not a crime.
It is. So if an officer tells you have to step out of the vehicle, you have to step out of the vehicle. That's a lawful order, okay? So...
That's not true.
I'm being very nice and patient.
Name and badge number really quick?
Oh, yeah. If you comply with me, I'll give you whatever you want. But right now...
I'm not going to comply with anything that I don't know if you're an actual officer of the law until you give me your name and badge number, sir.
Oh, are you a sovereign citizen?
I would like to know your name and badge number.
Patrolman Venus, badge 722, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate
Okay,
that.
so you've been given a lawful order to exit the vehicle 3 times by me, okay?
This is the first time that you've actually asked me.
Okay.
So,
Can you please exit the vehicle?
I would like to wait.
Can you please exit the vehicle?
I would like to wait.
She rolled up her window and refused to comply with the officer's orders, insisting that her dad was on his way to assist her.
Please step out of the vehicle.
I would still like to wait.
Okay. If you continue this, you're going to be arrested for obstruction. Okay?
And that would be an unlawful arrest, and you can deal with that in court.
Good luck with that in court.
Okay.
Yeah, so listen, I'm going to tell you, if you do not comply, if you do not get out within the next 30 seconds, I'm breaking this window and you're being drug out. Do you understand that? Do you understand that? If you do not comply, I've given a lawful order for you to exit the vehicle 10 times. If you do not comply within 30 seconds, I will break the windshield and drag you out of the car. Do you understand that? I don't think I can make that any more clear to you. You must exit the vehicle. Okay? You can post this, you can think you're cool, posting it on the internet. You are wrong. You are wrong. Okay? So you must exit the vehicle. You can peacefully exit the vehicle.
Since she refused to comply with any of the officer's orders, there was no alternative left but to take further action.
You can please show up here. Okay, I'm gonna break the window if you do not exit the vehicle.
Officer, I need a supervisor here before you take those kind of extreme measures.
Ready?
There's no, sir, please. I need a supervisor on the scene. Officer, I need a supervisor on the scene. I need a supervisor on the scene.
Yeah, we got one.
I need a supervisor on the scene.
Hands behind your back right now. Hands behind your back right now. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Let me get this out your hands.
I'm not letting go of that.
Okay, I'm going to put it on top of the car.
I think you and your safety.
You are being recorded by 3 of our cameras. And now you're under arrest for obstruction. How's that, huh?
Even after being put in cuffs and arrested, she still had hopes that her dad would help her get out of trouble.
It was actually my father right there.
Okay.
I was unaware that I couldn't turn right there. I just started recently working with him in his office.
Okay.
He's a private investigator. He's been in criminal justice for over 30 years, and so.
Hello. Hi, I'm her dad.
Yeah, let you explain that, yeah.
So, I'm former law enforcement, private investigator, now I have an office.
Yeah, should explain that as well.
He works for me, so he called me, he was up at the office. I don't know what the heck he did, but her boyfriend's one of these goddamn sovereign, you know.
Okay.
Well, I yell at him all the time. So, that's why I just...
Yeah. I mean, we can
if
see...
you can release her, great.
Okay.
That'll be, that's my car, it's insured under my name.
Okay.
I'd be happy to, but I'll make sure she goes to court or whatever she's got to
Okay.
do. I don't know if that's hard on me or not.
Yeah, we could see, just from talking to her in a little bit of the back of the car here, you could see the tinges of the sovereign citizen, or at least the belief. Okay, one of those came out of the car when we actually opened up the passenger side door. So
her motive for asking about the officer's name and badge number was to file a complaint with her father, who was also in law enforcement. Even though she was released to her father as he requested, she was later charged with obstructing official business and open container, in addition to receiving a traffic citation for the illegal turn. From a woman justifying kicking an officer multiple times because she's the daughter of an FBI agent, to a mother who had to call 911 on her own son for his well-being. Here are 7 instances when men in blue were faced with unexpected situations while arresting kids in the presence of their parents. On January 8, 2023, officers were dispatched to the airport after getting a call for a 30-year-old woman, Karina, who was kicked off an airplane for being intoxicated. Well, that was not the only reason, because she was also kicking and cursing at the employees working at the airport.
Are you okay? No. I'm just checking on you. What's going on? What's going on?
I'm being harassed and I'm not very uncomfortable. I'm not okay.
Okay, well.
I need the cops to come right now.
Okay, I'm a police officer. I'm here to check on you.
Thank you. I need the cops to come right now.
Okay, open the stall. Let me.
I'm not comfortable doing it at this second.
Okay, well I can talk to you through the stall. What's going on?
I have no idea. I have no idea. Everyone in the place, they were fine with me. They were like making an issue. I was like, it's gonna delay your flight. I'm not gonna delay your flight.
Are you trying to go home or on vacation?
No, I'm going to work. What do you mean?
Okay. Do you want to come out here and I can help you out? What airline?
I don't feel sincere in your voice.
She had locked herself in the bathroom and she denied coming out. And despite her claims of being perfectly fine with the other passengers on the plane and not causing any disturbance, the truth of her statements would soon be apparent from her behavior.
We're going to be here with you the whole time.
That's fine.
This is all we want for you to come out. Do you have your boarding pass?
Yes, ma'am.
Where's your ID? Do you have your ID?
Yes.
Get it out for me. I'm going to go to the frontier for you. And you swear you didn't have anything to drink today?
You're fine. Yes, it's fine.
You did not have anything to drink today?
I am not being out of control.
Because you can fly if you haven't had anything to drink and they think you're safe to fly. But there has to be a reason for them to have kicked you off the plane. So just be honest. Just be honest. Yeah, let's just go out here. Just be honest.
It seems the officers genuinely had her best interests at heart, suggesting she could still board the plane if she wasn't intoxicated. And to be honest, it doesn't seem like she may have had a few drinks.
Did you have anything to drink today?
Is that against the law?
No, that's
Do I
what
need a
I'm
lawyer?
asking. No.
I'm gonna call a lawyer.
For what?
Before I answer any more questions, I'm gonna call a lawyer.
Did you have anything to eat today?
I'm gonna call a lawyer. Before I
Did you have
answer
anything
any
to
more
eat?
questions, I'm gonna call a lawyer.
Did you have anything to eat today?
I'm gonna call a lawyer.
Have you eaten today?
Talk to my lawyer about it.
Okay, so she was screaming,
We
kicking.
have no idea.
I'm ready when
All
you're.
day. We literally.
Okay, Miss Karina.
Please don't touch me if you don't have a reason to.
Okay, I have a reason to, okay?
I'm arrested?
Yes, you're going to be arrested for public intoxication, okay?
Take your backpack off.
Yep, and the reason is because I talked to the airline and they said that you were kicking and screaming and causing a disturbance.
I'm not doing any of that. Wait, no, I want a
Take your
witness.
backpack off. Okay, it's all being recorded. Just take your backpack off, okay?
Are you serious? Take your backpack off. No, I'm not doing that.
Okay, will you
I'll call my dad. I'll call my dad. No, I'll call my dad. Yeah, no, calm down.
Pull your backpack down.
Calm down. He's a lieutenant. Calm down. No. No.
She asks officers to call her dad, who she claims to be a lieutenant, thinking using father's position as leverage would really get her out of the trouble she had found herself in.
I don't want to touch you.
Where's your dad, a lieutenant?
He's Rhode Island.
Rhode Island? Well, he can't help you here in Texas.
Why not?
He's all the way in Rhode Island.
Why not? I'm a bitch. If somebody tells me to shut up, I'll shut up. It's that simple. That's what I'm saying.
Her hopes of being rescued by her dad were shattered when officers informed her that he couldn't assist her, as he was a lieutenant in another state. That's when she began to reveal her true colors.
I really don't feel comfortable with him touching me. I'm standing right here. No, I don't want him touching me. I literally, he's on a power play mode. I don't want him touching me. I literally don't want him touching me. I'm asking you not to let him touch me. I don't want I don't want you touching me. I don't want him touching me. I don't want him touching me. I said I don't want him touching me. I don't feel comfortable with him. No, I don't want you touching me.
She kicked an officer, claiming he had physically touched her, when in fact, he was simply conducting a search to ensure she wasn't carrying any weapons.
You can discover world-class art at the Kid Art Museum, or swing by Sunday Square to enjoy a wide array of contemporary.
What's that? She had a meeting.
You can also visit the stockyards for tea.
All right, Karina, can you walk for us?
No.
I don't want him touching me. I seriously don't. No, I don't want him touching me. Karina! I don't want him touching me. I said I don't want him touching me.
What don't you understand?
What don't you understand?
Do not kick the officers.
Do not kick an officer.
Okay, so I female officers escort me like I asked. That's a simple
Do not
way.
kick an officer.
Okay, I don't want him touching me.
Do you understand?
No, he touched me inappropriately.
Do you understand?
No, he touched me.
Is she here?
Call my lawyer. Get my lawyer. Get my lawyer. He touched me inappropriately. I don't want him to touch me again. You're touching me on my ass. You're touching my ass right now. No. Bro.
Do not kick an officer.
No, I don't give a f. get my lawyer.
After kicking the officer once again, the officers firmly warned her that if she repeated such behavior, nobody could prevent her from being taken to jail.
All right, Karina, so we're gonna come in here, okay?
No.
Yeah, you're gonna get out the car for me so we can search you inside. And then you'll be able to call your father. All right?
Obviously, like, he's already here. He already has my GPS. That's not, he's in the FBI, not the police department. Anyway, so that's besides the point. So yeah, so you really want that to happen? Really?
You can make phone calls in here.
I don't need a phone call. I don't need to tell anybody where I'm at. They always know where I'm at.
Okay, well, let's go.
That's on you.
Okay.
So you are?
Yeah.
You sure?
Positive.
Think about that for a minute.
Do what?
I said think about that for a minute. Sure?
Karina, come on.
I don't think it's in your best interest. No.
It's either you getting out of the car on your own, or we're gonna have to help you get out of the car.
Yeah. It's not in your best interest. Stop touching me.
Karina.
I'm just letting you know, from what I'm telling you, what's in your best interest for your career. Yeah, how about this? Assist that. Don't shoot me in the face too, alright? So we're gonna assist it.
Karina.
Don't touch me. I don't want you touching me. I don't want you touching me. Get me. Get me. Oh my god, I'm such a danger. Get me. I don't want to
After making threats to officers that she really couldn't execute, she was eventually arrested and charged with resisting arrest, assault of a public servant, and public intoxication. If you believe this is perhaps the worst instance of a woman misbehaving with officers and using father's position as leverage, just wait until you see how Stephanie handled. On April 23, 2023, officers were confronted with an unexpected situation after receiving a call about a verbal altercation between a mother and her son, Harold. The mother reported that her son had engaged in an argument with her, and, in a fit of anger, he punched the stove, shattering the glass top. Let's see how the officers react to this situation.
From this woman. You know, he literally broke my stove. Look, officer, go in there and look. He told me, you ain't my mama, bitch. I'm gonna kill you, hoe. Where my mama at? I'm like, here, I am your mama.
Yeah. Where's he at?
He in the house. He literally broke my stove, man.
Okay.
Punched it. The top of it, look.
Okay.
He got to leave, officer. I can't keep going through this shit every night.
You have to evict him.
But he temporarily stay here. He be back and forth, but you can't just damage up on stuff like that. I'm scared for myself. He gonna try to hurt me. So what his fucking mama? You ain't my mama home. You ain't my mama bitch. Don't listen. Don't. Y'all go in there and see what did to my soul, man. I'm pressing charges. I am. He gotta leave him. This is woman's place, man. I agree.
According to the mother, Harold not only shattered the stove glass, but also abused and verbally harassed her.
I can't.
What's up, Harold?
My bad, I was just wrapping the stuff.
Come on, one. You gotta do that.
Harold, come outside.
I'm free to come outside. Come on, man. You don't gotta do that, man.
Harold, go out there.
No, let him in. What you talking about? Let him in for what? Let him in for what? No, I'm a bitch. I'm a hoe. I ain't your mama. I ain't calling you no bitch and no hoe, no.
Harold.
I ain't do nothing yet.
Come outside.
Hold on, sir.
Stop, put that down. Stop. Harold,
Hold on. Hey!
Harold.
Hey!
Stop. Stop.
Don't
come outside. Get on the ground.
At this point, officers were being quite accommodating to Harold, yet he continued to exaggerate the situation without any apparent cause.
On the ground.
Get on the ground, Harold! What I did? I'm trying to tell you before.
Other hand. Where did you use Harold's, do you think?
What y'all came to my house for? What I did?
Your mom let us in.
What she let y'all in for?
Stay right there. What did you put in?
So you finna press charge on me? I don't have nothing on me at all.
Stay away from that table.
Ma'am. That's stuff that she has.
Ma'am, can you just wait outside for us?
Yeah, I'm in the hospital.
How?
Can you just wait outside for
You
us?
gotta be always calling them. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Stop doing that.
Even though he was placed in cuffs, it was evident that his mom was extremely angry with him for what he had done.
I told them, I don't got nothing on me. What, you trying to touch my ass? Please do not rape me. I'm telling you, I'm gonna press charges.
Do not rape me. I just told you I ain't do nothing. I don't got nothing on me. You're not finna see my ass cheeks. That's what you're not gonna do now. Now you can let me out these hands because I ain't do nothing.
I'm gonna pull your pants up for you.
I'm finna pull it up myself. You don't gotta touch me. Please do not touch me. You just tried to rape me. You just tried to rape me now. You just tried to rape. I just told you I don't got nothing in my pockets. I'm not gonna let you rape me. That's just my ID card. That's just my ID card, sir.
It's funny that he allegedly expressed that he was going to press charges on the officers because he tried to sexually assault him.
What you doing? Ain't nothing going on. I ain't going nowhere. What is they doing? I'm not doing Robo. She ain't press charges on me. None of that stuff is not mine. What are you talking about? Y'all just come to people's house. Come on now. Talking about drugs. There ain't no drugs in here.
How you gonna tell us my stuff?
Can you just stay out of the house until we get
back?
Hold on a second.
No, I'm not lying because I don't know, Harold. We thought it was weed, but clearly it ain't that.
Man, they let people smoke weed and stuff.
You can smoke weed. You can. You can. But that's it.
That was weed.
So basically, I just got the window up because I wasn't sure if he got anything else on him. Is he hiding?
We think he do Molly.
Molly?
Yeah.
This is pretty consistent with that.
No, I just came yesterday. It's fine.
It appears that the officers discovered an illegal substance in his room, and his mom also acknowledged that he does indeed smoke illegal substances, as he was not being himself throughout the incident.
So I am letting you know that you are being placed under arrest for the possession of narcotics, drug paraphernalia, resisting arrest, and tampering with evidence. 50.
We know you on papers like her. We don't want to see you go to jail. We want to see you do better. You and Kaya. So get better and stop doing drugs, for real. You want to come live with me? Good, because I'm going to show you.
Oh my God, look at us. I told you they don't send them to the state hospital because people just that fucked up.
I love you.
All right, come on.
Say it back. You don't love me?
I don't want to talk.
Who talking to you? What's my name? What's my name?
All right, two, I'm gonna go.
You not even yourself. I love you, bro.
His mother's concern for his well-being was evident, and handing him over to the officer was likely the best solution, considering he persisted in drug use. Nevertheless, Harold was arrested on charges of possession of narcotics, drug paraphernalia, resisting arrest, and tampering with evidence. It's unfortunate to see kids engaging in illegal activities at a young age, and having to face their mothers in such situations is saddening. On January 21, 2023, several officers were dispatched to a local club in response to reports of a disturbance caused by a man named Graham. According to bystanders, Trent was repeatedly grabbing a woman's backpack, causing her to feel uncomfortable.
But he keeps grabbing in that backpack.
Well, he doesn't have shit. If he does, he's gonna I'll drive you. Stop talking to me. I'm talking to my mom. She works for the Montana County Sheriff's Department. Don't tell me some bullshit. I'm your brother. If anybody touches my mom, I'm at Harper's right now. And Eric's trying to get under arrest. Stop touching me. I'm talking to my mom. She works for the Sheriff's Department.
Come here, bro. Hey. I'm not gonna tell you again. Stop walking.
Sedarius, you know who the I am.
I know who you are. Can I take care of him? Please give him a breath. Please give him a breath. Can I take care of him? I got him.
When officers arrived at the scene, they encountered a large crowd engaged in a verbal altercation. Some bystanders appeared to be trying to intervene and calm Graham down to defuse the situation.
Back up.
No, stop touching me. Stop touching me. Mom, I'm sitting there, cops driving me. I'm trying to get in. No, Eric, stop touching me.
Graham was on the phone with her mother, informing her about the situation. But there is much more that he would be revealing to her later.
Hey, he's the only one to talk to his mom, I swear to God. He's just trying to talk to his mom.
This way, bro.
I'm just telling you.
Back the f*** up. Everyone back up. Take your boyfriend back the f*** up.
Get your hands off.
I will walk away. I'm gonna walk away. No, you have to grab me. I'm gonna shoot it.
We'll find your shoe. Walk over here. Hey, your shoe's right here. Yo. Hey, shoe's right here, bro.
Trent, come here, come here.
Listen.
They're telling you stop, bro. They're telling you stop. Stop, bro. They're telling you stop.
I can't walk.
Listen though, listen.
I can't walk.
Take your shoe.
No, he's good.
Sit down.
I can't walk away.
Sit down or I'm going to put you in handcuffs. I'm not telling you again.
Trent, he's good.
I'm walking away. What am I doing?
Stop walking away from me.
My mom's picking me up.
He's good.
I want to go.
After creating the whole chaos, he was now trying to elude the capture. But cops would make sure that didn't happen.
I'm on the phone with my mother.
Stop touching me. Stop touching him.
They're grabbing me and harassing me.
Sit down. Sit down and go in handcuffs.
OFC, my mom FaceTime me.
Stop.
I'm walking away, trying to walk away, and they're grabbing me.
Sit down
and harassing
or
me.
go in handcuffs.
I got 3 cops on me from walking away.
Bro,
and
just
trying
sit down.
He's trying to throw my shoe out of my hand. Mom, look. Mom, look. No.
Stop. Just stop.
I'm stop.
I'm putting you in handcuffs. Bro, just stop. Not being arrested. Stop.
I'm walking. My mom is coming to get me.
Okay.
Why am I being detained for? What did I do wrong?
You're not listening to me.
I'm not. But it's a freedom of speech. I can say whatever I want. I don't gotta listen to you. What am I being detained for?
When officers told him that he would be detained and put in cuffs, he started to show some aggressive behavior.
Okay.
No, I don't care, Mom.
You're being detained, bro.
I'm not getting detained for what? They're trying to take my phone. They're trying to take my phone. Cooperate. Listen, you're right. No. We're going, Mom, better hurry up because they're not going to take me now. Yeah. I'm at our park. No. I'm at our Okay, I'm down. I'm down. Look.
Get on your back. Get on your back.
Hey, look. Everybody,
get on your back.
4 people. Relax. It takes 4. No, look, dude. It takes 4.
Give me your arm.
Hey, Mom. Look, Mom. I got 5 cops on me trying to
give me your arm.
Save me. Speak my mind. Freedom of speech. I didn't know nothing.
Hey, listen. Relax.
On the phone. They cannot get my phone. They can't take it. Nope.
Pull your arm out. Relax.
They're not gonna take my phone.
Stop resisting.
I'm gonna hold that shit to the death I die. Don't care to my mom. You can tase me? I don't go. Hey. Don't go. I'm saying, tase me, please. I don't give a You're not taking my phone. I'm gonna call my mom.
Relax.
My mom. Got that on? Nope. Let me talk.
Throughout the incident, Graham kept yelling that he wanted his mom by his side, but it seemed his pleas went unheard, as she was unable to come and intervene to help him out of the situation.
I wait for my mom to get here. I don't give a anybody say I say what I said. I wait for my mother to get here. All right, well, you might shoot me and kill me right now because I'm waiting for my mom. I swear to God, yeah, do it. I used to wrestle, dude. Come on. Yeah, come on, dude. I'm waiting for my mom. I swear to God, I'll put up a battle till my mom get here. Yeah. One hand, hey look, behind my back. One arm behind my back. When my mom get here, I said I'm waiting for my mom. I want my mom to get here first before you can do anything. No, stop touching me.
He continued to resist the officers' attempts to get him to sit in the patrol car, all the while persistently asking for his mother to be with him until the officers took further action.
She's coming. She works for the Martin County Sheriff's Department. Wait till my mom get here. You can talk to her. I don't care. I'm not getting any car. Listen. We're on the fight. I don't care, dude. I don't give a fuck what you say. Okay. I have a freedom of speech wherever I sit. What am I saying?
Listen,
no,
man.
I'm waiting for my mom.
You need to relax.
I can't relax until my mom get here. I don't trust anybody but my mom.
No one's
my
gonna
mom
hurt
and
you.
dad been going through a force. The only person I got.
He claimed that his mom works in the police force and thought that using her status might get him out of trouble. But it was clear that such a tactic wouldn't work in this situation.
Firearm inside the bar.
He had a what?
A firearm inside the bar.
No, I didn't. How do you know I had it? How do you know I had it inside the bar? All right, prove it. They can't have a dad. I don't have a dad.
Okay.
I look up to my mother, and she works for the Martin County Sheriff's Department. Once she get here,
she's on her way. I'll have her
yes,
her talk
I'm not gonna sit in no cop car because I'm not that type of person. What did I do? Can you please tell me what I did?
You're gonna have to have a seat.
But you guys
have to have a seat.
Get in.
Even after being finally placed in the car following all the chaos he caused, he continued to cry uncontrollably inside the car.
I can't. Help! 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 Feel my wrist. My wrist is hurting so bad. I don't care. My wrist is hurting. He's making me feel pain in the back seat. My wrist is fucking suffocating. No, I don't care. I will kill myself in the back seat. I don't care. I'll take my fucking life. I don't give a fuck. Let me out.
Graham was later arrested and charged with carrying a concealed weapon firearm, resisting arrest, and possession of a controlled substance. As we reach the end of Graham's case, the last one involves a woman who believed her law enforcement father would come to her rescue from the consequences of her illegal actions.
10 years ago, near the bustling Staten Island ferry terminal on a sweltering July 17th, Eric Garner found himself in a tense struggle with NYPD officers. His alleged crime: selling untaxed cigarettes, known as Lucy's. Among the officers was Daniel Pantaleo, whose attempt to restrain the 43-year-old led to a fatal outcome: a chokehold that ended Garner's life. In his final moments, Garner's desperate cry, "I can't breathe," echoed through the air, resonating far beyond that Staten Island sidewalk. It became a rallying call for the burgeoning Black Lives Matter movement that swept across the nation in 2014. Months later, a Staten Island grand jury's decision not to indict Pantaleo sparked outrage and ignited widespread protests against both the NYPD and then New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio.
Overnight, hundreds of people pouring into New York's Times Square to protest the grand jury's stunning decision. In Grand Central Terminal, hundreds more laying down on the floor in what they called a die-in. Others laying down on a New York City highway.
This is stupid!
Police officers arresting dozens, forearm around Garner's throat and wrestling him to the ground.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Garner, a father of 6, pronounced dead at a nearby hospital just minutes later.
Despite a prolonged federal investigation that yielded no charges, the city's Civilian Complaint Review Board pressed forward. Finally, in August 2019, NYPD Commissioner James O'Neill made the decision to fire Pantaleo, a move met with mixed reactions, intensifying tensions within law enforcement ranks and the community alike. Yet, amidst the debates and legal battles, one fact remained starkly clear. Pantaleo was not the sole officer implicated in Garner's tragic death, as Ramsey Orta's widely circulated cell phone footage vividly captured. In the months leading up to Eric Garner's tragic death, the NYPD had been focusing on Bay Street near the ferry terminal, where untaxed cigarette sales were reportedly thriving. Chief of Department Phil Banks had taken notice and ordered a crackdown, hoping to curb the illicit activity. Little did anyone know, Banks himself would later face allegations tied to an untaxed liquor scheme, now serving as a prominent deputy mayor in the Adams administration. In March 2014, Lieutenant Christopher Bannon from the 120th Precinct began monitoring the area closely. Over the next few months, Garner, a familiar face to law enforcement due to previous arrests for selling Lucy's, was apprehended twice for the minor offense. These interactions set the stage for the tragic events that would unfold. On that fateful July 17th, Lieutenant Bannon and Sergeant Danan Saminath dispatched officers Pantaleo and Justin D'Amico to 200 Bay Street. Both officers were acquainted with Garner from prior encounters. D'Amico, later questioned by the CCRB, recalled Bannon's instructions to make an arrest upon observing illegal activity. Oddly, Pantaleo and D'Amico claimed they barely spoke during their journey to Bay Street, discussing only what was on the radio. They parked their vehicle more than 300 feet away from the target location. From this distance, D'Amico insisted he witnessed Garner conducting a transaction involving Lucy's, while Pantaleo argued his view was obstructed by a nearby vehicle. When confronted, Garner expressed frustration, declaring he was tired of being harassed. "I'm tired of it. This stops today." Backup was called, and it was Pantaleo who initiated the fatal encounter. In a span of about 10 seconds, he applied a chokehold on Garner, who pleaded, "I can't breathe," 11 times. Even after Garner was handcuffed by D'Amico and other uniformed officers, Pantaleo maintained his hold. claiming he needed to prevent Garner from biting. The incident, captured on video and widely circulated, sparked outrage and demands for sweeping changes in law enforcement practices. As Garner lay motionless, none of the officers rushed to his aid. Later, D'Amico would claim he thought Garner was feigning unconsciousness, a stance that would fuel further controversy. Both Pantaleo and D'Amico admitted they chose not to use pepper spray, fearing it would affect each other. D'Amico also insisted he never heard Garner plead, "I can't breathe." At the chaotic scene, Pantaleo insisted to Sergeant Saminath that he had witnessed Garner selling a single cigarette, and instead of using a chokehold, he had simply pulled Garner down by his shirt, a statement that would later be contradicted by evidence. In the immediate aftermath, Sergeant Saminath texted Lieutenant Bannon that Pantaleo and D'Amico had approached Garner to make an arrest, claiming Garner had resisted and possibly gone into cardiac arrest, potentially dead on arrival. They saw him selling a Lucy, Saminath's text continued. But when Garner resisted, Danny tried to grab him and they both fell. Not a big deal. Lieutenant Bannon callously responded to Saminath's distorted account, insisting they were simply effecting a lawful arrest. This statement would later cause outrage during the 2019 departmental trial. After leaving the scene, D'Amico returned to the precinct and filed inaccurate paperwork, falsely claiming no force had been used. Following the viral spread of Ramsey Orta's cell phone video, Pix11 reported disparities between police reports and statements from Sergeant Saminath and Sergeant Kizzy Adonis, who had expressed doubts about the severity of Garner's condition. Adonis faced disciplinary action for failure to supervise, losing 20 vacation days, while Saminath faced no charges. Officers Mark Ramos and Craig Furlani, who assisted in restraining Garner, also escaped penalties. One man who didn't completely escape punishment, though, was Daniel Pantaleo. In 2019, after years of public outcry and legal battles, Daniel Pantaleo's career with the NYPD came to a decisive end. Commissioner James P. O'Neill's announcement to fire Pantaleo marked a pivotal moment, arriving 5 years after Eric Garner's tragic final words reverberated across the nation. Pantaleo had clung to his position despite calls from Garner's family and supporters for accountability. The Staten Island District Attorney and the Justice Department had opted not to press charges against him. O'Neill's decision followed just over 2 weeks after a police judge found Pantaleo guilty of violating the NYPD's ban on chokeholds. The commissioner, visibly moved, offered a nuanced explanation that balanced empathy for both Garner and Pantaleo. He really talked about the complexity of the situation, expressing personal anguish over the choice he had to make. O'Neill admitted he might have acted similarly to Pantaleo under similar circumstances, while also noting Garner's refusal to comply during the incident. Yet, he emphasized that Pantaleo's failure to release his hold on Garner's neck after bringing him down contributed to a fatal asthma attack. The unintended consequence of Mr. Garner's death, O'Neill stated, must carry its own consequence. He concluded that Pantaleo could no longer effectively serve as a police officer in New York City. As O'Neill delivered his decision, his voice trembled with the weight of its implications. He acknowledged it would likely disappoint Garner's family, fail to satisfy calls for justice, and possibly strain relations within the police force.
Testimony, looked at the video a number of times. I know what the definition of a chokehold is. This is what led me to this decision.
On February 21st, 2022, officers were dispatched to a 911 call concerning a woman, Stephanie Bloodworth, suspected of drunk driving. She had reportedly almost hit a palm tree and, while reversing, nearly collided with 2 pedestrians, which could have resulted in a fatal accident. A lookout was issued for her vehicle, and when officers attempted to pull her over, she accelerated away.
Hey! Hey! 11 Teslas just took off. Turn off the vehicle! Hands out of the window! Why are you running from me? Why are you running? Don't get out of the, stay in the vehicle right now. Just stay there for now. Why are you... Both hands, stay in the vehicle. Fifth 11, she's getting out. Come here. Come here. Stand in front of me.
The officers kept yelling at her to stay in the car, but she didn't comply with any of it. And what she does after that is utterly shocking.
Stand in front of my vehicle right now. Right now. Ma'am.
Sorry, what are you accusing me of?
Ma'am.
Yeah.
You need to come over here right now.
Why?
Because I'm telling you to. You're running from me.
I did not. I'm right here.
Yeah. Now you are. You need to get over here.
She didn't seem interested in obeying the officer's orders at all. And what she does after that will surely blow your mind.
Around!
For what?
511, she's refusing to comply. Hey! Get out of the vehicle!
You got me up, bro. I own this.
Actively resisting. Get out of the Get out of the vehicle! She's taking off!
Once more, she ran away, and the chase that followed lasted nearly a minute. And this time, officers made sure they did their jobs with complete determination.
Stop me over. Oh my God, Dad! They're arresting
Stop
me!
resisting!
No, dude! What are you doing?
Don't resist.
What are you doing, dude? You didn't even know me. Dad, they're arresting me.
Stop resisting!
Dad! Dad!
Get on your
Dad! They have me on the floor! Dad! Dad! I don't know what I did! What am I doing? Why are you doing this?
One detained.
Why are you doing?
Not only did she run away twice, but she also kept resisting arrest. It's quite surprising that even after she was caught, her being violent was inevitable.
Hey!
Hey!
You are not gonna kick me. This is not okay. Get your leg over here and turn over.
God,
she's actively fighting still.
After they put her in handcuffs, she kept asking why she was being detained and crying out for her dad without stopping. And she really thought her daddy would come and save her.
Oh my dad!
No, listen.
No, I need my dad here before you do anything to me.
No, that's not how this works. You're 24 years old. Turn around.
I don't care.
That was an adrenaline rush.
I didn't do anything wrong, and I need my dad here.
So can we even do a DUI investigation?
You don't need your dad. You're an adult.
I didn't do anything wrong, so why are they doing this?
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
We have an RP that said she was intoxicated. I find her parked right here.
I put my spotlight trying to walk up to her.
Intoxicated.
She sees me.
Did
rolls
you
up the
take a
window,
test? No.
Takes off. I throw on my lights and she's going like 60, swerving, running stop signs.
And then she gets out of the vehicle. I have her taser point. I'm telling her, like, just stay there. She gets out, and then she runs back in the vehicle, rolls up the window, and then takes off flying even faster, like 80 miles an hour.
Who are you?
However, to confirm if she was DWI, officers asked her to undergo sobriety tests, to which she replied,
You're not taking her out of hand.
Ma'am.
She's gonna fight.
Ma'am.
I'm not under the
Ma'am,
influence.
listen to me.
Dude, my
Do you?
I have 3 houses here.
I suspect that you are under the
I
influence.
was just in one of them.
Do you want to participate in standard field sobriety exercises to dispel my belief that you're driving under the influence?
Yes, of course I'm not. I'm not driving.
Ma'am,
I've been clean.
you need to listen to
I've been clean for 3 years. I've been clean for 3 years.
Okay.
I don't know why this is happening to me.
even though the officers tried to explain the situation to her, she was not willing to understand any bit of it.
Code 5. Ma'am.
Can you just talk to my dad? Don't talk to me. I'm here. I'm here.
Code 5. Ma'am, the amount of lives that you just put at risk is ridiculous. Okay? I have no sympathy for you right now. You could have easily killed someone. There are little kids that live in this neighborhood. The fact that you would run from me and
Walk
go
up on
such a
him
high
like that
speed-
again.
You do not know how lucky you are you didn't kill someone.
That's how you got your empathy, right?
All right, I don't know if we can do it, but she's resisting.
Yeah, no. Dad!
Debbie!
As the officers were escorting her to a patrol car, what she did next will absolutely astonish you.
Can I talk to him? Nope,
Never going in the car.
Get in.
I don't know.
Get in! Get in!
Dad! Dad!
We got resisting violence.
You want 11.5 Jim? You have a hobble? You didn't tell me why you're bringing me in the car.
Because you were going to jail.
Why?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Why?
Get the hobble.
Why am I going to jail? No! Dad!
Resisting again.
Why am I going to jail? What did I do?
Here's how things went when her dad reached the scene.
Stephanie, you have to calm down.
Why are they?
Copy 72.5 line.
You've been drinking, and you were speeding.
I was-
And now the way you've acted, you've gotten yourself in a deep hole, and they're going to take you to jail. Calm down.
Huh?
There's nothing I can do.
Just
You wanna call?
CYA.
5011, can you roll meds for the female?
What did I do?
Well, you've obviously, I don't know, man.
What did I
You
do?
know what you've done.
No, I don't. What did I do? Please.
Just if you don't mind walking to the car so you can show me what you're doing.
You don't need to ask why. You don't need to do anything except know that you're going to jail and you'll deal with this tomorrow. Stop. Just dig a deeper hole.
Why am I going to jail?
Because you were speeding, you ran stop signs.
Where was I speeding?
Well, that's probably you don't know.
1429.
Well, what, do they know? Dad, do they know where I was speeding?
They were behind you.
Had she only acted more like her dad, she might have avoided facing charges for resisting an officer, fleeing from police, DUI, and a moving traffic violation for reckless driving. She posted bonds for 3 of the charges, including resisting an officer, fleeing from police, and DUI. Stephanie's actions couldn't be justified. But starting off with a Maryland police officer, Francesco Marlet, who dared to kiss a woman outside of his patrol car on the street in the daytime. In the video, filmed by Nelson Ochoa, the pair can be seen having the time of their life, with the officer wrapping his arms around the girl regardless of the children who can be heard playing in the background.
Como nos gustan los pies a nosotros. Mira, pisando estamos.
The officer is not satisfied, so now they decide to have some privacy, and they get into the backseat of the patrol car.
¿Cómo anda? Vaya, para el carro, mira, para atrás la lleva, mira, ve. Ey, no, mira. Ey, yo. Quítate, maje, ¿verdad? Quítate, Ey, yo.
The video quickly went viral on TikTok, causing the Prince George's County Police Department to suspend the officer as they continue to investigate the matter. He will definitely know his responsibility better than ever. Despite the unprofessionalism, this looked consensual, but the next cop is about to abuse his power in an unexpected way.
On the morning of April 4th, 2015, at around 9:30 a.m., Officer Michael Slager stopped a man named Walter Scott in the parking lot of an auto parts store on Remount Road. Scott was driving a 1991 Mercedes with a broken third brake light, and according to his brother, he was on his way to the store for repairs. The dash cam footage from Slager's patrol car shows the officer approaching Scott's vehicle, having a brief conversation with him, and then returning to his patrol car. Suddenly, Scott exited his car and began to run, prompting Slager to chase him on foot. The pursuit led them into a lot behind a pawn shop on Rivers Avenue, where a physical struggle ensued. During the altercation, Slager deployed his taser, striking Scott. Despite this, Scott managed to flee, and Slager drew his .45 caliber Glock 21 handgun, firing 8 shots at Scott from behind. Scott was struck 5 times, 3 in the back, once in the upper buttocks, and once in the ear. Forensic pathologist Lee Marie Tormos later testified that the fatal shot entered Scott's back, piercing his lungs and heart. Immediately after the shooting, Slager radioed a dispatcher saying, "Shots fired and the subject is down. He grabbed my taser." At the time he fired, Scott was about 15 to 20 feet away and running away. In his initial report, before the video evidence surfaced, Slager claimed he feared for his life because Scott had allegedly taken his taser, prompting him to shoot because he felt threatened. A male co-worker and friend of Scott, who was a passenger in Scott's car, was briefly detained in the back of a police vehicle following the incident. A toxicology report later revealed that Scott had cocaine and alcohol in his system at the time of his death, although the cocaine levels were less than half of what is typically seen in impaired drivers. Scott did not test positive for alcohol, as testified by Tormos. Faden Santana, an eyewitness to the shooting of Walter Scott, captured the entire incident on his phone. Initially, Santana was hesitant to share the video, fearing retaliation. However, he grew outraged when he saw that the police report did not match what he had witnessed. In an MSNBC interview, Santana revealed his concerns, saying, "I felt that my life, with this information, might be in danger. I thought about erasing the video and just getting out of the community, Charleston, and living someplace else." Santana eventually decided to share the video with Scott's family through a Black Lives Matter activist, and it soon reached the news media. According to Santana, after a struggle during which Officer Michael Slager used his taser, Scott was merely trying to escape the taser. Santana emphasized that Scott never grabbed the taser of the police. He never got the taser. The video starkly contradicted police accounts. After Scott was shot and fell to the ground, Slager approached him, repeatedly telling him to put his hands behind his back before handcuffing him as he lay face down. Although police reports claimed officers performed CPR on Scott, the video showed no such attempts. Instead, it captured Slager running back to the initial scuffle's location, picking something up, and then dropping the object, likely the taser, beside Scott's body.
Oh shit. Shit. Oh shit.
Another officer, Clarence W. Habersham Jr., also appeared in the video. He donned medical gloves and seemed to examine Scott, but the lack of immediate medical assistance was evident in the footage. Critics, including the Reverend Al Sharpton and the National Bar Association, demanded the prosecution of Clarence Habersham, the second officer in the video. They accused him of attempting a cover-up and questioned whether he had left out important details from his report. Habersham claimed he attempted to render aid to the victim by applying pressure to the gunshot wounds, but the video showed little effort to help Scott after the shooting. David Ayler, Slager's original lawyer, withdrew from the case just hours after the video's release, citing attorney-client privilege and not providing a specific reason. On April 8th, the North Charleston city manager announced that the NCPD had fired Slager, though they would continue to pay for his health insurance since his wife was pregnant. Mayor Keith Summey stated that they had ordered 150 additional body cameras so that every police officer would be equipped with one. A GoFundMe campaign to raise money for Slager's defense was quickly shut down by the site, citing privacy concerns and a violation of terms and conditions. Walter Scott's funeral took place on April 11th at the WORD Ministries Christian Center in Somerville, about 20 miles from North Charleston. His death further ignited the national debate on race and policing, connecting it to other controversial police shootings of black men across the country. The Black Lives Matter movement protested Scott's death. In response, a bill in the South Carolina State House was renamed in Scott's honor to equip more police officers with body cameras. The Senate allocated $3.4 million to fund the purchase of 2,000 cameras for officers in the state. In May 2016, the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation released a short documentary film titled Frame 394 about the shooting. The documentary follows Daniel Vauchart, a Canadian cinematographer and image stabilization specialist who discovered evidence in Frame 394 of the video that challenged the accepted narrative of the incident. Initially, Vauchart aimed to use the footage to indict Slager, convinced it showcased police corruption. However, upon closer inspection, he noticed that as Slager reached for his firearm, Scott appeared to be holding the taser. This observation potentially supported Slager's claim of fearing for his life. Vauchart shared this stabilized video with Slager's lawyer, Andy Savage, which played a significant role in Slager's trial. During the trial, Slager testified that he did not realize the taser had fallen behind him when he fired the fatal shots. After reviewing the video of Walter Scott's shooting, the police department acted swiftly. On April 7th, Officer Michael Slager was arrested and charged with murder. By June 8th, a South Carolina grand jury indicted him on this charge, which was the only one presented to them. Slager remained in jail without bail for nearly 9 months before being released on January 4, 2016, on a $500,000 bond. He was placed under house arrest until his trial, which started on October 31st, 2016. However, on December 5th, the trial ended in a mistrial due to a deadlocked jury, with 11 of the 12 jurors favoring conviction. A retrial was set for August 2017, but state charges were dropped when Slager pleaded guilty to a federal charge. On May 11, 2016, Slager was indicted on federal charges, including violating Scott's civil rights and unlawfully using a weapon during the commission of a crime. He was also charged with obstruction of justice for claiming Scott was moving toward him with the taser when he fired. Slager pleaded not guilty, with a trial scheduled for May 2017. He faced up to life in prison if convicted. Then on May 2, 2017, Slager entered a plea agreement, pleading guilty to deprivation of rights under color of law. In return, the charges of obstructing justice and using a firearm during a crime of violence were dismissed. Finally, when the pages turned to December 7, 2017, U.S. District Judge David C. Norton sentenced Slager to 20 years in prison, ruling that the appropriate underlying offense was second-degree murder, despite the defense's argument for voluntary manslaughter. With no parole in the federal system, Slager is expected to serve around 18 years after credit for time served. He began his sentence in February 2018 at the Federal Correctional Institution, Englewood in Colorado. An appeal for a reduced sentence was denied in January 2019. As of 2023, Slager, identified as Federal Bureau of Prisons, BAR 312092-171, is still at FCI Englewood with an earliest possible release date of August 16, 2032. In mid-2021, he sought a reduction of his sentence, claiming his defense was incompetent and that he had not been involved in the plea negotiations. The court, however, upheld his sentence.
Florida police officer Dustin Fetz turned a routine traffic stop particularly uncomfortable when he asked Zoe Brugger, the girl who was driving home after picking up her boyfriend from work, to shake out her bra. Zoe is pulled over for a broken headlight when Officer Fetz gets her out of her car after suspecting her of possessing drugs. Fetz also turned off the dash cam microphone to prevent any audible evidence. He then proceeds to do the most disgusting thing asking her to put her shirt up and shake out her bra in order to see if she's hiding any illegal stuff in there. Zoe looks extremely uncomfortable and sad over her humiliation and starts crying, but it does not affect the officer in any way. Thankfully, Zoe was paid a settlement of $25,000 by the city of Lakeland, and Fetz was suspended for 4 days, which made many people unhappy, as it looked unjust, but it was quite fair as he lost his reputation. This next cop is the perfect example of when a pervert becomes a cop. Oklahoma police officer D'Angelo Reyes was on a casual investigation duty for a murder suspect when he encountered a woman and suddenly found her attractive enough to start flirting with her. During the investigation, he asked the woman personal questions like her name and residence, and even tells his fake name to her to prevent any suspicion, but the body cam gets it all.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I heard some noise that direction, but I didn't.
Okay. Oh, do you live around here?
Yeah, I stay at the motel.
Oh, which one?
The studio.
Oh, okay. What's your name?
My name?
I'm Eric.
He just cannot stop himself right now and proceeds to hit on the woman in inappropriate ways, making her a little uncomfortable.
You're sexy. Is that unprofessional of me? I don't know. I'm sorry, but like, I'm just like, damn.
He then asks if she is free to meet him at night and if she has a room at the motel she is staying in. He even dares to turn the body camera off at this point.
You just chilling tonight? Okay. If I'm wandering around, where should I wander? At the studio star. Okay, room? Okay. Oh, really? Okay.
After turning the body camera off, Reyes got the woman's number and ran her through the system, leading to a shocking discovery. The woman had a long criminal history, which Reyes saw as an opportunity to use against her. At the motel that night, he asked the woman to sleep with him, or he would put her back in jail. The poor woman had no choice but to follow what he said. At first, Reyes denied sleeping with her, but later confessed to it, saying it was consensual. He then resigned from his job and was charged with first-degree rape. Now let's see another pervert cop who didn't miss his chance when he got one. Kaylee Coates was with her boyfriend and family members when she was pulled over by Louisville Metro Police, and one of the officers, Tyler Gilnett, who was in training, when asked to search the woman, inappropriately placed his hands in her crotch area. Tyler proceeds to search her and can be seen putting hands between her legs really inappropriately, which makes her terribly embarrassed and uncomfortable before the senior officer notices and asks him to stop.
Hey, hold on. Stop. Time out. Go back there.
That is when the senior officer admits Tyler's mistake to her boyfriend.
He had no idea what he's doing, I'll be honest with you.
Tyler was charged with official misconduct for this, and the woman was paid $50,000 to settle the lawsuit she filed against LMPD. Now, we will see how this female officer seduced a prison inmate in a strange turn of events.
I just want you to look at me sometimes and be like, damn, my woman's fine.
Fine as wine.
Prison officer Charlene O'Banion was interrogated after she was accused of having a relationship and sleeping with a prison inmate. During the interrogation, the detectives let her know that they are aware of the situation, which shocks her, making her realize that her crime is no more a secret.
We're notified of a possible improper relationship between you and Jacob Parker. So we're here for that, and I just kind of want to talk to you about it and get your side of that story.
I don't know anything about it.
Okay. Have you talked to him on any jail phone calls or anything like that?
But it is no problem for her now, as she denies all the allegations and acts innocent. Little does she know that the detectives have everything they need to prove her wrong. They are just interviewing her to get to know her side of the story.
We never dated. We just...
Okay. What kind of conversations have you had with him since you started working here and he's been in the jail?
Just talking about what would happen after he got out.
And then the jail call recordings, have you been talking to him like while you're at home? Like he calls you from the jail while you're at home, or?
She completely makes up a story, thinking it would help her get away with the interrogation easily, but she definitely is wrong to think that.
And where would you think that this allegation would come from if there's nothing to it?
Well, I had a feeling this was coming. So there was an inmate named Coker, Justin Coker.
Okay.
He got out of here for, I don't know what period of time. And he tried to contact me on Facebook. He sent me a message and I blocked him on Facebook. And I guess one time Parker was going back to Pequot to use the bathroom and he was talking like at the window with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess Coker like didn't like that, which I had no contact with him or anything. And Parker had told me that he had gone up to him and was like, don't talk to her or something crazy like that.
So I'm just not trying to be rude here. I'm just, Why would you expect this conversation to come up from that? Like now, if that happened a few months ago.
The detective is fed up with her lies and fake stories and decides to show some evidence telling her about the jail call recordings of her. But even that doesn't affect her, and she keeps her calm while continuously lying about any recent interactions with the guy.
I don't know exactly how it started, like who it started from, but I was told that it was brought to somebody's attention, and then we looked at jail calls, and there's jail calls between you and Parker, and all that stuff's recorded. So I don't think you're being completely truthful. Well, I kind of know that you're not. And I'm not trying to be rude when I say that.
Yeah, no.
I'm just kind of trying to lay it out on the table for you. Mm-hmm. So can you kind of tell me what's going on?
I guess a few years ago, we talked, and then I ended up here, and then he ended up here. I didn't know he was here. It wasn't anything like that.
The detective now moves on to talk about the more intimate details of their relationship to reveal the truth without wasting any more time. She confesses to having a little physical relationship with the guy, but tries to make the detective believe that all of this happened years back.
So when you say y'all talked, like kind of dated a little bit before you started working here?
No, like he was never like my boyfriend or anything. I just knew him from like the world.
Okay. So are y'all kind of talking in a sexual nature now that he's here?
Oh, no. Now that he's here, no.
Okay.
I mean, it's never been like phone sex or anything like that. Like, that's not. But, like, we all joke around. Like, we all make, like, you know, like, that's what she said type things. But it's never like.
So what about some of these phone conversations?
No, not here or the phone. I
just mean conversations y'all are having on the phone.
No.
Since he's been in here.
Like.
Well, I'm not saying having phone sex. Talking about sexual acts. From what I'm listening to on the calls, I take it as that you've given him oral sex at some point. Is what I gather from these calls.
No, that was like in the world, but we never dated. We just.
Okay. But you've had physical relationship with him when y'all were both out.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was before.
Okay.
But it was, we never like had sex or anything. It was just kind of like that.
You gave him oral sex?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was before like I knew he would end up here or that I would end up here or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know I'm sorry to get in your business, but the allegation's been made, so I want to have as much detail as I can
right.
to say either way.
Mm-hmm.
So when do you think that was about? I know it's going to be hard if it was a couple of years ago, but
let me think. I want to say like in the past 3 years.
So the only solution to get to know the truth now is to show the clearest evidence the detectives have, which is the jail calls between Charlene and the guy.
A recording of just the most recent call for us to listen to. And kind of my intent behind that is I still don't feel like you're coming out with the whole thing. So, like I said, I'm not trying to badger you or nothing. I just think that it's important that we know exactly what happened. So. So initially you said you kind of like played it off like you hardly knew him.
I mean, I didn't say I was like I already knew him. I just.
Like, oh, you kind of like stood there and thought.
Oh, right now,
like,
right
oh,
now.
Parker, yeah, I think he's in pot 6. But I just looked in the system. There was like almost 400 calls. So between y'all.
Yeah.
You see where I'm coming from? Kind of how it would seem from my point of view.
I mean, yeah, I hesitated a little bit,
Like I said, no judgment here. I just want to know the truth. That's it.
And I mean, yeah, you're right. I should just.
So before we go into all this, do you want to just
I mean,
tell me the truth?
Yes, I hesitated to admit that.
Hey, baby.
Go back.
Baby, guess what?
What, babe?
I just won the blackjack game.
Yay.
I just won $30.
I got a lot of stuff to clean and get rid of before you come home. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking you. I was trying to make you think I have all these secret things.
Yeah, I bet you do.
What?
What?
What? What do you mean?
I don't know. You probably got this weird sex swing hanging from the ceiling. Kenneth probably thinks it's a swing set.
Oh, if I had that sex swing, you better believe I'd leave that sucker up for you.
Would you really?
Hell yeah.
You'd let me put you in it?
Yeah.
With a gag ball and everything?
I just want you to look at me sometimes and be like, damn, my woman's fine.
Fine as wine.
Mm-hmm.
And you got a live ass fucking head game. Oh my god.
It wasn't my best moments. I was just trying to get it done.
Meh. Are you in bed?
Don't even get me thinking about that because it makes me so horny. Like just going back and thinking about that.
It gets you horny?
Oh yeah. When you felt me, I was like soaking through my clothes. You get very horny very easy. I always want to have sex.
Good.
Like that's not even.
Not good.
I mean, I feel like I just like look at someone. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so fucking horny. No, like of course, like I only get horny for you.
But even after this, she has the audacity to deny the truth, which makes the detectives uncomfortable, and that is when the other detective takes over the interrogation, getting straightforward with Charlene, as he knows she will never admit the truth the easy way.
You kind of see how that sounds from like my point of view, like a more recent thing than 3 years ago. No questions coming to mind, Chris? Yes. So I've noticed one thing, and I want you to understand this about both of us. Both of us are veteran homicide detectives, okay? I've been doing this a while. Okay. All right? You seem to have blanks in your memory when we get to certain details, but you remember being groped in a blowjob from 3 years ago. I find that hard to believe, okay? This is your one chance to be honest with us. Yes. Once we get up and walk out and we're done.
Finally, now she is about to admit the truth, maybe after being apprehended by the tone of the other detective. She finally breaks and realizes that she is going to lose her job, obviously.
And honesty is the only thing that's going to help you with us. Mm-hmm. So my advice to you right now is to be honest with us. Have y'all had any inappropriate contact, whether it's groping, blowjobs, vaginal, anal sex, anything, hand jobs? Yes, I am being vulgar to get a point across.
Yeah, no, it's not. None of that.
Then what is it?
I might have given him a blowjob in the back part of B.
In the back part of B quad? Okay. How long ago was that?
I don't know, a few months ago.
A few months ago? How long have you worked here?
Since April.
Since April this year?
Mm-hmm.
Was he already here?
He was right here.
Okay. Do you know how long he's been here?
I
don't know. Okay.
Not at the top of my head.
So a few months ago, you gave him a blowjob in the back of B. Is that correct? And that's B quad, correct? Were there any other witnesses to it? Okay.
No.
I'm just wondering because
Like people standing around while I'm...
Well, you work days, right?
Yes.
Were you working days at the time? That's why I'm asking. Was anyone around? Because I mean, everybody's up in daytime.
Right.
It's not like the jail.
I'm gonna ask, but I feel like I know the answer. I'm losing my job.
So that's not really up to me. Internal Affairs is aware of the allegations, and they will probably their investigation is separate from ours.
That was not all. Losing the job was not the worst that happened to her, as she was sentenced to 100 days in prison. Hopefully, she's learning some life lessons there. Charlene was involved with one guy. On January 16, 2022, officers responded to a call from an unidentified individual who reported witnessing a 16-year-old named Jemiah stealing and fleeing with another teenager's iPhone. Upon arrival, police were informed that Jemiah had requested the phone from another teenager to contact her mother. But as soon as he obtained possession of the phone, he made a swift escape.
Wait, I thought they were gonna walk past me. Give me the description one more time.
It was like black shoes and like
White guy,
black guy, and it has like a green tag on it. Like it's
you don't know him?
Tag. I do not know him.
About your age or what?
He looks like he'll be like a grade above.
Did he hit you or anything, or you just yank it out of your hand?
He didn't. Like I let him. He said he wanted to call his mom. And knowing me, I'm a good person. I let him use it. But seconds later, he just books it off.
Okay. Gardens, bro.
He's always the one that books it like across the street.
Are you gonna press charges if we find him?
It depends.
No, I need to know right now.
What were the charges?
Theft.
Yeah.
Okay.
According to both the bystander and the person from whom he stole the phone, Jemiah appeared to be a decent individual, but later revealed his true intentions behind taking the phone. Additionally, the adult confirmed that he intended to press charges against Jemiah when asked by the officers.
Start from the very beginning. I know you already told me, but now you're on body camera.
Okay, I was walking like out of the school campus, which is like to the right, and then out of nowhere, I just feel a tap on my shoulder, and I put my headphones on. I was listening to music. I put my headphones on, and he's like, "Oh, can I call your phone to come around?" And that's when I just said, you know, I usually always let him have it because I know if I was in that situation, I would have wanted someone to let him right. So I gave it to him. I turned my AirPods off so he can use his phone. And then like, not even less than like 10 seconds, I just see him. He just runs across the street. Like even with cars coming towards him, he just runs it.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't know if it was kidding or not. So, and I just see him. He just looks back and keeps running. So that's when I just started running after him.
Did you run across the street?
No. It was just right over here.
So he ran down here first and then eventually crossed the street?
No. He ran and I ran after him. And then like he was running down here. I was right behind him. He saw when he crossed the street and I yelled at him. I stopped him.
With the full story in hand, it was now time to locate Jemiah and ensure that he faced the consequences for his actions.
I got the right suit. Hey, stop! Hey!
Great location, I'm going to be driving through 314 and I'm going to be in front of the garden.
Stop! Police! Stop! People back! You're there.
The officer instantly exited the patrol car upon spotting a teenager matching the description provided by the victim. However, the suspect Jemiah once again fled the scene. But finally...
Hey! Traffic 1012 in front of Joseph's. Lay down!
I don't got nothing.
Lay down!
Hey, hi.
Put your hands behind your back!
I don't got nothing, bro.
Do move!
Hey.
Do you hear me?
Hey. I don't got nothing, bro. I don't got nothing.
One in custody.
Bro. Oh my God. What'd I do?
The f you your money for, dog?
Because y'all chasing me for what? I ain't do nothing.
Yeah, okay.
Get up.
I don't got nothing, bro.
Get the f up.
Jemiah was located by the officers and ultimately apprehended. But just wait until you hear his fabricated story and what he tells his mother.
Okay, so listen, this is why you're being detained, okay? You're fitting the description of a suspect of a theft of a cell phone. That's why you're being detained right now.
My phone is right there.
Let me finish, okay? This is why you're...
Let me explain something to you. Hey, if you run, you're getting tased.
I'm not going to run.
All right, thank you. Making sure you understand that.
What do I do? Can I tell my son?
No.
Despite his repeated inquiries about what he had done, Jemiah would later be informed by the police about his unethical actions.
Can they get my stuff? Yes, we'll figure all that out. Okay. all your jewelry, belt, everything like that, can we give it to your cousin?
Can we give it to him right now?
We can give it to them, and it's all going to be on camera, okay? But right now, you've been placed under arrest. Just give us 1 second, okay?
He was arrested under suspicion of theft, although it's still to be confirmed whether he actually stole the iPhone.
Do you want your cousin to talk, or do you want me to talk to him? Okay.
Just put it over my head. Mommy. I'm getting arrested. Why? I don't know. What the fuck do you mean you don't know? Where you at? I'm in Congress Garden. Why the fuck are you getting arrested? I don't know.
Hi, this is Officer Erickson with Palm Beach Gardens.
He called his mother, claiming ignorance about the reason for his arrest. However, despite initially lying to his mother, he would later confess that he had indeed stolen the phone.
So here's what I'm going to ask you. So are you denying any involvement in what just happened?
No, I'm not. I didn't do anything.
So you never used his phone?
No.
You never took his phone
No,
from him? So why were you
my
running
own
from
phone.
us?
But we tried chasing me before y'all gunned me down right there. I'm scared.
Here's what I'm going to ask you. I'm going to leave this completely up to you. You're being charged with what just happened. Okay? You've been identified. You ran from us. You're being charged with a theft. It's a theft. You're not being charged with robbery. Just listen to me, because I'm going to tell you something, and then you're going to go in the car, and it's going to be over and done with. Okay? If you want to make good on this, and you want to show us where you dropped the phone, it'll help you with your cooperation. Okay? It'll show that you've cooperated. It'll show that you're trying to work with us. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. I can't force it.
It's astonishing how the officer really trapped him while flattering him, because in the end, he really did confess to the theft.
You know it's theft, right? Come on, man. Is it really worth it? Because remember, this is all being recorded. You have the opportunity for anyone to see this. And if we tell the victim that you're cooperating, that can go a long way, okay? You made a dumb decision. Can we agree on that? But if you help us find the phone, this will be a lot easier for everyone. You ran over there?
Yeah.
Where did you drop it over there?
I ran.
When you ran?
Yeah.
Where do you remember it falling out?
I can show y'all how to take me over there.
We can take you over there? Do you remember, was it in this plaza?
Yeah.
Okay. Where'd you run from over there?
He eventually confessed to stealing the phone, and on top of that, he even assisted the officers by showing them where he had discarded the phone.
1340.
You know that guy, right?
I've never.
Okay.
Listen, man. Don't give me a phone.
I mean, I always do. That's the thing. And they always return it back. And since it was at school, I'm pretty sure I didn't.
If you want to help him out, tell him, hey, I'll dial the number on speakerphone for you and I'll hold it. If you need to call somebody.
Yeah, and you hold it like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Alright. Just
chances. Wait outside or?
Oh, yeah, wait for your phone.
It's a little damage, they say, because he tossed it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, really?
Well, that's it. We're going to just give it back to him.
I grab it now?
He said he did it, so.
Is that the phone?
Yeah.
Does it still work? I think he turned it off. He probably realized we were tracking him. That might just be your screen protector that's cracked.
Yeah, that's still.
Was that like that before?
A little bit.
Okay, but hopefully it's just your screen protector.
But yeah, I can.
I don't need the serial numbers and all that, right? Because we're not entering it. I don't need to list it. Just okay.
The victim retrieved their phone, and Jemiah was ultimately charged with resisting arrest and theft, with the theft charge being petty theft, valued between $100 and $750. Despite facing consequences, Jemiah was ultimately truthful about the incident in the end. For the last one, we have a similar case where a cop abused a woman during a traffic stop, and many others too.
Did your penis go in her mouth?
No, it did not.
Okay. Because DNA will clear it up.
Officer Daniel Holtzclaw was interrogated for a traffic stop where he reportedly abused a 57-year-old woman in the back of his patrol car. During the interrogation, the detective keeps a very calm and friendly tone while asking Daniel to tell the truth, as it can save him from big trouble, but he wishes not to speak the truth and get away without the consequences.
And here's the deal too. We can fall on the sword.
Okay.
And say I screwed up or something, but if we say we didn't do it, and then the DNA comes back and says he did it, then we have a huge problem.
The detective then finds out that the traffic stop on that day was totally unofficial and was not even recorded on the body camera, which is another big evidence. He then explains that traffic stop, and the detective gets his nervousness clearly along the way.
You had said, and we told you that there was a traffic stop,
Right.
that somebody made some allegations against an officer.
Right.
They don't know the officer's name, none of that. And you said that you made a traffic stop after work,
Yeah.
but you didn't call it in.
I didn't call it.
Where was that?
It was about Northeast 50th and Lincoln, just to the west.
Okay. Tell me about that stop.
I was going westbound on Northeast 50th, probably a block just east of Lincoln. I see a red Grand Prix or Grand Am in my right lane, in the outside lane. I'm in the inside lane. The car swerves, and so at the time I'm thinking, okay, it's probably a drunk person, or maybe got excited because they saw a cop. So I kind of fall behind it, kind of drifting just a little bit, not crossing lane lines, nothing crazy. So I lighted up because at first the traffic violation I saw at first when it swerved, and then made contact. It was a black female. Asked for license and insurance. Stated that she didn't have insurance. Gave me an ID. At the time, I'm like, "Do you have a valid insurance or a valid license?" She said no. I told her I just got off work. I mean, what's the deal? You know, why are you swerving? And she says, I'm just trying to go home to Ann Arbor-ish on the northwest side.
Do you remember her name? It was on the description.
I don't.
Okay. Do you make traffic stops normally after work?
I don't, but in that case, I saw her swerve and whatnot, so
I mean, me, I don't.
Felt.
After I get off work.
I know. I mean, people, cops say that as have a, you know, whatnot, to have the vision, whatever. But I felt like I needed to make that traffic stop.
Okay. How was she? Was she respectful? Was she?
She felt like she was nervous and whatnot, and I'm like, "Why are you nervous?" And she was even crying. I'm like, "Why are you crying? Why are you nervous? Whatnot?" And she's just like, "I don't know. I'm just nervous because you're a cop and I got pulled over." I'm like, "Nothing you had to be nervous about." And I told her, I'm like, "I don't really want to take you to jail for no SDL or anything. I just got off work. I'm tired." So, with my officer courtesy or whatnot, and said I'd go get that taken care of tomorrow.
According to him, everything he did during that traffic stop was perfect and consensual.
Her out of the car?
Yes.
Okay. And put her in the back of your car?
Yes.
Okay. Any problems there?
No, she was cooperative. Didn't give me any problems or whatnot.
Okay. And then you searched, did you run her through Unit 800?
I didn't.
You didn't? So, did you run her on your MDT?
No, I didn't. All my stuff as far as that, because I didn't even call it in and say it was a traffic stop, my computer was off and everything as well.
Did you shut it off?
I just shut it off,
work?
yeah. On the way, on 50th, I turned it off right before the traffic stop, basically.
When you put her in your car, did you pat search her?
When I came around, I was like, "Lift up your shirt. Is there anything on you? Anything as far as your waistband or anything like that?" She said no. And then I put her in the vehicle and went from there. Asked her
Did your hands go on her at all?
I backhanded her on as far as the side.
Where on her body? Tell me. You backhanded
Her waist, and the back portion. I didn't touch her or anything, but the back portion of the waist. And then she lifted it up like right here, and there's nothing.
Did she lift it up like this?
No.
Okay. So she never, like, went, ooh, nothing,
No.
exposed her breast or anything like that?
She asked me if I was like, "No, it's okay."
She asked you?
If you want to search me, I'm like, "No, it's okay."
So she never, like, put her hands on the car and you...
No.
The interrogator gets more specific about the details, asking every possible question that can make him confess.
Well, it sounds like this is the lady, I mean, this is the deal where she's the complaining party.
Okay.
Okay. And she's making some sexual allegations, obviously, because Strums is working it.
Right. What did she say?
Well, was there anything, an accidental touch, anything?
If she thought it when I passed her, but it was nothing as far as I felt like I would do anything as far as sexual or anything like that. And for my safety, I just checked to see the weapons or anything. And to make clear, I didn't touch her butt, but the waist side and whatnot. If you would like me to do it for you to show you.
No, and I'm fine with it, and you have every right to do that. She's saying that you made her lift up her shirt, and when she lifted up her shirt, she exposed her breasts.
No.
Did you ever see
I asked her, is there anything inside your bra? And she said no. So I was like, okay. And she said, you want me to show you? And that's the time I said, no, you don't need to do that.
She said she said she was doing this. When you said, is there anything inside your bra? And she was, well, no, I don't have anything like that. Did she do that?
Yeah, she did, but I didn't look or anything like that.
Right.
And then she was like, do you want me to show you? I was like, no.
She said when she said, do you want me to show you? You said, yeah, and she went,
no, I didn't.
But could she have been, woo, flashing you? And now you don't want to tell me because you're afraid you're going to get in trouble?
No, when I told her no, I said no.
Then she didn't go, yeah,
No.
you know, because sometimes drunk girls are,
having a good time.
yeah, and
No.
partying down. And let's face it,
I've already heard stories about officers
people
and
want,
whatnot.
they
so
want
I don't
officers for
I didn't want-
hubbies
so
or
I said
whatever.
no.
And
I said no.
but you could have said no. But I'm asking you if she flashed you anyways.
I didn't see her. I
You
didn't
didn't
see
see
her.
no boobies?
I didn't see
What about pants?
nothing in her pants as far as I could see. 'Cause she was wearing tight jeans. So
She said she pulled them down.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see her pull them down?
I didn't see her pulling down pants.
Could she have done it when you were up searching the car?
She could have. I didn't
Did
have
she
her.
have them on
I didn't have her handcuffed or anything.
when you came back to the car and got her out? Were her pants fastened? Were they?
Yeah, everything.
They
was
were
still,
up, and
everything was still intact.
so you never saw her pull her pants down.
No, I didn't.
Another detective then provides all the evidence he has, which starts to pressure Holtzclaw, no matter how hard he is trying to keep his calm and cool.
We knew you were on that stop.
Right.
We knew you were there. And we can watch a whole lot of actions being performed while you were there. Okay? And that's why she was trying to give you every out on the whole thing.
Right.
Okay? Now, is there any reason at all, even from whatever angle, because, you know, it takes a little bit to clear up those videos.
Right.
But any reason why your penis would be out?
No.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Okay. Now, in doing this, you know how SANE exams work, and I ain't got to explain about DNA or anything like that.
Right.
Now, I didn't say you had sex with her.
Right.
Okay. But getting a blowjob, okay, that is a different story.
Right.
Okay. You see my concern here.
I'm just listening to you, sir.
I know,
That's
but I'd rather listen to you and you start talking.
That's all I have, sir.
Are we gonna get something from the SANE exam?
Go with the SANE exam.
Do you understand that you don't have to full-blown ejaculate to get something out of the SANE exam?
Right.
We can get skin cells, we can get pre-ejaculate, we can do all that and still get DNA.
Probably not necessarily going to remember the name. Her name is Terry Morris. Okay, black female. Supposedly you promised her a ride to the city rescue mission. This ring a bell?
No.
You did a traffic stop with her. She thought you ran her for warrants. Clicking. Drove her around.
No. Name doesn't. I don't recall a name like that.
She's claiming the same thing. The exact same thing.
The detective keeps repeating the same question, hoping to get a different answer at some point, but instead gets frustrated by Daniel's continuous denial.
Did your pants come unzipped, unbuttoned, anything while you were standing right there?
No.
CSI is processing your car right now.
Right.
And when we stepped out, they found some pubic hairs right in here. Could they be yours?
No, that's not. I didn't pull my out. I didn't do anything right there.
Did she?
No.
But do you think they could be?
No, it's not. No. Nothing online.
Your pubes couldn't be
No.
right there?
No.
Has your penis ever been out by your car?
While I'm working? No.
Not working.
No.
Have you ever had sex in the backseat of your car?
I have not.
Because, I mean, some people do. You know, I mean, I'm not saying forced sex, consensual sex.
Right.
So your penis has never been in your backseat?
Is it possible any of this DNA shares?
No. It's not. I would like to go at it. Not my DNA.
Are those pubes gonna be yours?
No.
Are you worried about it?
This whole situation.
But his game is now coming to an end when the detective comes back after talking to his girlfriend, whom he claimed to have slept with, but she said the opposite.
You created some more work. Fixing to go. I just talked to Karen.
Okay.
She said she was asleep when you got home and you did not try to have sex, and you did not have sex. She says you didn't. And I asked her, could you have been asleep? And you kind of, no, and she said no. You did not try to have sex.
As much as I don't want to involve her, I tried to have sex with her and she was asleep. Carrie goes to sleep pretty early, about 9, 10 at the late.
Okay, but she would know if you tried. I'm a woman.
I know.
And my husband comes home in the middle of the night and I'm like, are you kidding me? I've been asleep. You said you twirled around her vagina
I did.
And you put it in a little bit and then she said, I'm tired. No.
I did.
She would remember that to tell me.
Shoot, maybe.
She said you did not try to have sex.
And it's more personal because it's Carrie, but I did try to have sex with Carrie. I did.
I don't know what to say. I mean, because it just looks like I just caught you in a lie. And now I don't know what to believe.
I'm telling you.
I don't know what to believe.
Okay.
Because you tell me this, I go to verify it. She tells me the opposite, and now I'm wondering what you're telling the truth about.
Maybe because she doesn't know what the heck's going on.
No, she doesn't. I didn't tell her.
And I'm glad, but detectives calling her, any other officer asking her a question like that.
I know.
She's maybe scared. And I don't want to involve her, but
She's involved
that's
because
my girlfriend. That's like
you need her involved for you.
Right.
But now she's given the story that you're not giving.
I'm telling you, I try to have sex with Carrie.
During the court proceedings, Holtzclaw can be seen crying, knowing what is going to happen to him. He bursts into tears when the verdict is being read.
For order. This is in the District Court of Oklahoma County, State of Oklahoma, the State of Oklahoma versus Daniel K. Holtzclaw. Case number CF 2014-5869. Verdict, count 1, sexual battery. We, the jury, impaneled and sworn in the above entitled cause, do upon our oaths find as follows. Defendant is guilty of the crime of sexual battery and set punishment at 8 years. Count 2, procuring lewd exhibition. Not guilty of the crime of procuring lewd exhibition. Count 3, burglary in the first degree. Defendant is not guilty of the crime of burglary in the first degree, nor lesser included. Count 4, procuring lewd exhibition. Defendant is guilty of the crime of procuring lewd exhibition, and punishment is set at 5 years. Count 5, procuring lewd exhibition. Defendant is guilty of the crime of procuring lewd exhibition, and punishment is set at 5 years. Count 6, defendant is not guilty of the crime of stalking. Count 7, defendant is not guilty of the crime of sexual battery. Count 8, defendant is guilty of the crime of forcible oral sodomy, and punishment is set at 20 years. Count 9, rape in the first degree. Defendant is not guilty of the crime of rape in the first degree. Count 10, forcible oral sodomy. Defendant is guilty of the crime of forcible oral sodomy, and punishment is set at 16 years. Count 11, rape in the first degree. Defendant is guilty of the crime of rape in the first degree, and punishment is set at 30 years. Count 12, forcible oral sodomy. Defendant is not guilty of the crime of forcible oral sodomy. Count 13, sexual battery. Defendant is guilty of the crime of sexual battery, and punishment is set at 8 years. Count 14, sexual battery. Defendant is guilty of the crime of sexual battery, and punishment is set at 8 years. Count 15, procuring lewd exhibition. Defendant is guilty of the crime of procuring lewd exhibition and punishment is set at 5 years. Count 16, forcible oral sodomy. Defendant is guilty of the crime of forcible oral sodomy and punishment is set at 16 years. Count 17, forcible oral sodomy. Defendant is not guilty of the crime of forcible oral sodomy. Count 18, procuring lewd exhibition. Defendant is not guilty of the crime of procuring lewd exhibition. Count 19, procuring lewd exhibition. Defendant is not guilty of the crime of procuring lewd exhibition. Count 20, rape in the first degree. Defendant is not guilty of the crime of rape in the first degree. Count 21, sexual battery. Defendant is not guilty of the crime of sexual battery. Count 22, sexual battery. Defendant is not guilty of the crime of sexual battery. Count 23, sexual battery. Defendant is not guilty of the crime of sexual battery. Count 24, forcible oral sodomy. Defendant is not guilty of the crime of forcible oral sodomy. Count 25, rape in the second degree by instrumentation. Defendant is not guilty of the crime of rape in the second degree. Count 26, indecent exposure. Defendant is not guilty of the crime of indecent exposure. Count 27, forcible oral sodomy. Defendant is guilty of the crime of forcible oral sodomy and punishment is set at 16 years. Count 28, rape in the first degree. Defendant is guilty of the crime of rape in the first degree and punishment is set at 30 years. Count 29, rape in the first degree. Defendant is guilty of the crime of rape in the first degree and punishment is set at 30 years. Count 30, sexual battery. Defendant is guilty of the crime of sexual battery and punishment is set at 8 years. Count 31, rape in the second degree by instrumentation. Defendant is guilty of the crime of rape in the second degree and punishment is set at 12 years. Count 32, rape in the first degree. Defendant is guilty of the crime of rape in the first degree and punishment is set at 30 years. Count 33, sexual battery. Defendant is guilty of the crime of sexual battery and punishment is set at 8 years. Count 34, sexual battery. Defendant is guilty of the crime of sexual battery and punishment is set at 8 years. Count 35, defendant procuring lewd exhibition. Defendant is not guilty of the crime of procuring lewd exhibition. Count 36, procuring lewd exhibition. Defendant is not guilty of the crime of procuring lewd exhibition. Let me ask the jury, is this your verdict, so say you all? Mr. Holtzclaw, this jury finds you guilty of the various counts. You will be remanded to the custody of the Oklahoma County Sheriff for formal sentencing set January 21st, 2016 at 10 o'clock a.m. All right, you have a seat.
Holtzclaw was eventually tried and found guilty of the sexual assault of 8 African-American women who were all classed as vulnerable. He was sent to prison for a 263-year sentence, thankfully. In conclusion, the ones supposed to enforce the law are not always loyal to their job and commit some of the sickest crimes ever, as we have witnessed. Do you think these cops deserve to get a similar job again? Let us know in the comments below and subscribe for more content.